All right, hey everybody, welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Support, and I just want to say thank you for joining us here on the live Q&A session. So first, I want to give a big shout out to Kayla for covering for me last week. Unfortunately, I couldn't be here. I had some things I had to take care of, but I think she did an awesome job at covering for me last week. And then you guys are probably going to see her next week because I'm going to take a little bit of a vacation, but then I'll be back with you guys after that. So a big shout out to Kayla. Thanks for covering for me last week. And also, as you guys noticed, something we are going to start doing is some Snapchat. So if you want to, if you use Snapchat on your phone, make sure to follow us here on Zenfolio at Snapchat. Just follow us, search for Zenfolio Live, add us, and then what we'll do is we will actually send out some notifications before we go live. And I'll send some crazy pictures of myself with the filters on and things like that. And then we're also going to send out some notifications when we put up new videos and things like that. And also you guys can snap us back, shoot us a snap back, shoot us a funny picture, let us know your website and things like that. And yeah, and so shoot us a snap back and maybe we'll even share it on next week's live stream. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead. Oh, another thing I want to mention too, really quick, is that if you guys have a specific video tutorial that you'd like to see on the YouTube channel, there is a way now for you guys to request that. Just go and in the description of this video, there's a link to the video tutorial request. You can just click on that. It'll open up a form and you can actually submit a request for a tutorial. So yeah, make sure to check that out, and would love to hear from you guys and know what kind of video tutorials you want. Okay, so it looks like we got a question on Facebook. It says, I have no need for your featured products. Customers need to go directly to all of my items. Size variations. Is that improvement in the works? So I'm not exactly sure. I think maybe you are not wanting to show the quick shop in the new shopping experience over on the side, but rather have your clients go directly to the shop home where it shows all of the products and things like that. So if that's what you're wanting to do, you can remove the featured products from your price list. But basically that's going to show a blank sidebar on the side, and your clients would still have to click on the see all products. Now we are working on a process that allow it to go directly to the categories if you have no featured products shown, but unfortunately that's not complete yet, and but that is something we're working with. So if that's what you are asking, I hope that helps. I know that we're working on that. If that's not exactly what you're asking, please feel free to clarify, and I will be happy to try to go more into depth and figure out exactly what it is you're trying to see. Okay, so we got somebody in the chat here. Let me just pop that up really quick. Rick says, hi, I love my Zenfolio site. I was curious to know where I would place a Google Analytics code. Hey, Rick, glad to hear that you're loving your site. So for the Google Analytics codes, those are already actually in place. You just need to go through the process listed on the help guide to kind of get you through all of that. So one thing that you do need to know and keep in mind is that any type of code, whether it be Google Analytics or any type of code where you're trying to embed something on your Zenfolio site, then that's going to require, if it requires access to the head tag, unfortunately you're not going to be able to access that. But I believe the code that you're talking about is actually already in place on all of our sites. You just need to go through the process of setting up, and I think you have to submit a the sitemap or something like that. So if I could get Cheryl to throw the link out to the Google Analytics setup guide, that's probably going to be your best friend on that, Rick. So anyway, I hope that helps. Let's see. Okay, Murray, all right, awesome, good. I'm glad that that helped. So let's see. Let me go back here and hey guys, if you've got questions, if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and just leave a comment on the video. If you have questions you want us to answer like you've been doing. If you've got questions here on YouTube, please just go ahead and shoot it out in the chat. We can get them answered. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and jump into an email question really quick. All right. So I've got a question. It says, Working in Theme Designer is a pain. It takes forever to load, and when I save and go back to the page, I discover that my changes aren't there. It's driving me crazy. Can you help? Absolutely, guys. So I'm not really sure what specific element you're trying to change in Theme Designer, but let me kind of show you how I work when I'm working in Theme Designer, and it will make the process a little less painful. So what I'm going to do is, let me just go to my browser only view here. And what I'm going to do is go from right here, this dashboard, I'm going to go to customize view right here. So I'm just going to go to customize website right there. And then what this is going to do is it's going to load the customized version of my website. And then when I'm working in Theme Designer, what I like to do is, wow, this site's a mess right now. Let me just throw a site preset on here to get this kind of back to something decent looking. But anyway, so when I'm working in Theme Designer, it does take a little bit of time to load. So what I personally like to do is I like to leave a tab open on the page that I'm working on, and then what I'll do is open Theme Designer in another tab so that I can go back and forth and kind of reference things without having to close Theme Designer and go back. So you guys can't see it right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to right click on themes right here. Oh, actually you can see that. And I'm going to click open link in a new tab. Now what that's going to do is basically it's just going to open another tab in customize view. And then on this other tab in customize view, what I'm going to do then is go to edit theme. So I'm going to go to themes right here, and then click on edit theme. And so now essentially what I've got is I've got two tabs open. The first tab, if I click back here, is still opened in customize view. And then this second tab is going to be opened in Theme Designer. And this is the absolute best way to work in Theme Designer. Have it open in another tab. That way you can save changes and you can go back and look at your site and see the changes that you've made. So one thing that I do recommend is not saving over the original theme, but actually making a duplicate of that theme. So what we're going to do is, let's just say, for instance here, maybe we want to change the color of this logo or welcome message right here. So what I'm going to do is go into Theme Designer, and I'm going to try to find where that's at. So it's the display name, and right now I'm on the style page where I can edit my header, but I know that's not my header, so I'm going to click on the homepage theme right here, and look here, and right here you can tell this says display name. Now you can't see anything because the background of this theme is white, and the display name is actually white. So what I'm going to do, and what I recommend doing, is when you're trying to narrow down and find a specific element in Theme Designer, what you can do is change the elements that you think it might be to some random different colors. So for instance, this here, let me just change this to like this crazy red color here, and hit done. And then maybe let me go back to style here and think, well, it could be this, even though I know it's not, but we can change this to like blue or something like this. Oh, wrong element. I want to change the background color of the text for that header. Header, display name right here, color, change this to a crazy blue because I know that's the display name, and hit done. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is actually, instead of clicking save right here, because that's going to save over the current copy of the theme, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit save as, and I'm going to name this something where it's easy to spot. So Robert's new theme. And then what I'm going to do here is click save. And then after that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the other tab, still loaded up here in customize view, hit refresh one time in my browser, and then I'm going to apply that new custom theme that I created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on themes right here, and then now you can see right there is Robert's new theme. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to apply it. And so now I can look at this, and depending on what color that display name changes, I'll know what section in Theme Designer I need to edit. So we can see it turned red right here. So now if I go back to Theme Designer, I remember that I turned it red on the home page, the display name here. And so that lets me know where that specific element is. So without really knowing exactly what element that you are trying to change in Theme Designer, that's really the best advice I could give you, is open that Theme Designer up in another tab, make some changes, if you think it might be a specific element, change it to some crazy off-the-wall colors, and then save it as a new theme. Make sure you rename it though, because if you don't rename that new theme like I did when I put Robert's demo or new theme, if you don't rename it, you're going to have a hard time finding it when you go back to access your themes. All right, let me just get back to the dashboard really quick. Anyway, I hope that helps with your Theme Designer question. Anyway, yeah, if I knew the specific element, I could probably dig a little bit further, but I hope that helps. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's see. What next question I got here? I watched the tutorial on how to collect payments for a session, but I'm having a hard time understanding how to assign the price list to images on a custom page. So can you help me? So when you're doing and setting up self-fulfillment and things like that, and you're trying to collect maybe payments for a session, I don't know if you guys got a chance to check out the latest video tutorial, but last week that was the tutorial that came out. When you're setting up self-fulfillment for a session or something like that, then what you want to do is, you're not really going to put it on a custom page. You're going to put it on you're going to put the price list onto the images in the gallery. So let me go back and just show you what I'm talking about really quick here. So let me go to my photos page. And so basically what this is like, if you want to sell a portrait session, maybe you want to sell editing services or something like that as a self-fulfilled product, but maybe you want to sell it from a custom page, there's a little bit you got to do, because you actually can't put a price list on an image in a custom page. But what you can do is set an image that's on a custom page to link back to the gallery where people can purchase things. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. Right here, I've actually got a gallery that I created called Sessions. And now I'm not going to go through the whole process of setting up the self-fulfilled products and all that stuff. There's an awesome tutorial on it. I just put it out last Friday, so you guys make sure to check it out. It's called Collecting Payments on Sessions. But so let's say you're trying to sell an engagement session and you've got a price list set up for all of that. What you want to do is, if you want to create a custom page and sell that from the custom page, you just need to have the image link back to the gallery, because there's no way to put that price list on the image on a custom page. So what we're going to do really quick is just go to website, custom pages right here. And then what I'm going to do is just do a new one really quick. Call this Sessions right here. And then if you were actually building this, I'm just going to throw some text in here, but if you're actually building this, you would probably want to spend a little bit more time, be a little bit more creative and crafty on your text. I'm just going to throw something really crazy in here really quick and just say like, hi, buy my sessions. And then what you're going to do is put the images in here. So we're going to go photo button right here. I'm going to go to Sessions, and the first thing I'm going to do is choose this one right here, which is the engagement session. Hit select. And now here's the part that makes this work. When you go down to set options, there's a click action. You want to have this open in the gallery, and I'm going to show you why. All right, so now we're going to do that and hit insert. And so now if I save and preview this, you're going to see the custom page version, which the reason you would do this on a custom page is because it would give you a lot more space to put more text information and things like that. But like, as I said, you can't assign a price list to an image on a custom page. So this image actually links back to the gallery. So now if I click on this, it's going to take me to the gallery where they can then purchase that session right here in the quick shop section. So let me get myself out of the way here. So now you can see right here, they'll be able to purchase that. So the key is linking it to that gallery instead of trying to figure out a way, because there's not a way to actually put a price list on a image on a custom page. All right. So I hope that helps with your question. Let me get back to the dashboard really quick. Looks like we got a question on from Facebook. So let me jump over here and JC Reynolds says, where is the GPS support? So this is actually something that we looked at. I think we reviewed it. It's been requested. I think you're talking about geo-tagging, if I'm correct. So that's something that we've actually looked at. We've reviewed it, and we started the planning process of it, but then later on we determined that other features take precedence on the current roadmap. So there's some other things that we needed to get out beforehand, but we will definitely come back and reassess this feature at a later time. So anyway, JC, for that, I do apologize. Like I said, unfortunately, we did start the planning process of offering the geotagging support, but and during that process, it was determined that some other features needed to be implemented and developed. But we definitely will come back and reassess that feature at a later and see if that's something we can look at later on. Okay, let's see. So let me see. We got to go down here and take my next email question here. All right, guys. Yeah. So if you've got questions, please feel free to keep just throwing them in the chat here on YouTube, asking that, commenting on the video on Facebook. I love helping you guys with your accounts. Making sure that you guys know how to use your Zenfolio account more successfully. That's why we do this every Thursday. So please get those questions in. If later on down the road you come up with a question and maybe you forgot to ask it this time, you can definitely shoot it to us in an email. Just go to zenfolio.com/contact, and then just make sure in the subject line you put YouTube Live question, so I know that you want me to answer it on next week's YouTube Live. Okay, so let's see. Can I offer framing options to my clients? Absolutely. So I know this is something I think we've talked about a couple of times before, but you can definitely offer framing options and things like that to your clients that they can go and choose at checkout, and add these things to their order. You're going to do this in your price list. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to selling right here and click on price list. And then we're just going to take a look at the price list. Let's see here. Which one do we want to use? Man, I don't have any good price lists in here. I guess I'll just use this one right here. We'll use that one right there as an example. So after you've got your price list built with all of your print products and things like that on it, and you're ready to assign it to galleries, but you want to add maybe some framing options, some mounting options, you just need to click on the finishing and mounting tab right here. So let me get myself out of the way here. You're going to click on finishing and mounting right here. And then you can just pick and choose the options that you want to offer. So if you want to offer maybe a black frame right here, you can click on that. Come down here and you can actually pick and choose which products you want to offer this frame for. So if you only want to offer it maybe on the larger products, you can uncheck these smaller ones here just by clicking on them like that. And then you can come and set your pricing up for each individual one, or you can go up to the top, and after you've selected all the options that you want to offer, you can use that pricing formula right there and either do a fixed markup, or what I like to do is the percentage-based markup. Usually I start at about 300% and set it to round up to that nearest dollar. So that's how you can do that there. Once you've got all that stuff set up, don't forget to just come down and click save. And then that's going to allow your clients to, frame and mount their products and things like that. Now, if you have a particular configuration, maybe you're a fine art photographer and you want to offer a specific print with a specific framing and mounting option, there's actually a way that you can do this. So what you can do is you can go and create a package. So if I go to selling right here, and then I'm just going to click on selling right there. Then what we're going to do is go down here to packages right here. And you can actually build a package with predetermined framing and mounting options in it. And you can actually make it select a specific image based on keywords if you want to do that. So what I'm going to do is go add new package right here. And then let's just call this fine art with frame. Obviously, you would want to name it something completely more beneficial than that. This is just my random demo name that I'm going to give it here. And so we're going to leave one photo for all products. We're going to go add products right here. And then I'm going to switch over and make sure that I'm using the same vendor. So I want to go MPix. Let me go and let's just do prints. And then let's say this is an 11 by 14 print. I'm going to hit add selected products at the bottom. And so now you can see here we've got that 11 by 14 print in here. And then this is where you can come and set the framing and mounting options automatically. So we can click on the frame and mount options right here. You can choose a finish if you want, and then you can also choose the framing option. So let's say maybe we want to do a silver frame there. We're going to set that up. Go down, click apply at the bottom. And so now we've got that silver frame right there. Now, if we wanted to pre-select a photo for this, we could by clicking in this box right here and then typing in the specific keyword that we put in that photo. But I'm just going to leave this off and just hit next, and then save it. And then from there, what you'll need to do is just, after you add the description and things like that, what you'll need to do is then make sure that you just add it to a price list so your clients can purchase it. But basically what you've done is created a package that's actually a print product with a pre-configured framing and mounting option. That way your clients just have one click they have to make, and that puts all those options in there for them and adds it to their cart. All right, let me go back to my dashboard really quick here, and let's say hi to Sergi. Hey, Sergi, glad you made it back with us again this week. It's always good to have you here. So he says, is there a way to link images to others so that they can open when the first is clicked? I.e., when a customer clicks on my photos, a small gallery opens with simulations of this photo in different interiors. Let me think about that for a second. So is there a way to link images to others so that when open, the first photo is clicked, when the customer clicks on my photo, a small gallery opens with simulations of interiors? So you could probably do this on a custom page. What you could do is, if you have those photos already made of that specific image in different interiors, you can actually just upload those into a gallery. And then what you're going to want to do is make a custom page that links to that gallery. So let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. So let me just go right here. And what we're going to do first of all is we are going to go and we're going to find a gallery to use. So I'm just going to use this one right here. With all these different photos in here like this. But let's just pretend for this sake, Sergi, that this gallery is a gallery of a single specific image that's shown on different backgrounds or interiors or something like that, that you've already created and uploaded. So what we're going to do is get the direct link to this gallery. So if I click on this, I'm going to go down to sharing and client access, get the direct link to this gallery and copy it right there. And then now we can go up to website, custom pages. And then, man, I got a bunch of custom pages in here. Okay, we're just going to click new. I'm going to name this one Sergi Demo. Hopefully this is what you're looking for. So anyway, what we're going to do now is just add a photo. I'm going to go to center and I'm going to add a photo right here. And let's change the gallery because I want to show you something so that you can understand why I copied that gallery link instead of just setting the photo to open up in the gallery. So now I'm going to click on this gallery right here. And let's say this is the photo that we want to use right here. We're going to hit select. Now what you could do is you could set this click action option open in gallery. But the problem with that is what that's going to actually do is it's going to open to that photo in the gallery instead of the gallery thumbnail page, which is why I copied the link to the gallery, because we can actually switch this click action to be go to URL and then paste the URL in here of that gallery and hit insert. Let me just do 2 photos in here so I can show you the difference in how it works. Actually, let me go back and edit the photo. I'm going to make this one just a little bit smaller, actually. Let's go to a large thumbnail right here and update. So now let me insert one more using that open into the gallery so I can show you the difference between the two and why I did it the way I did it. So what I'm going to do is go photo again right here, and let's choose this one this time and hit select. And now what we're going to do is in that set options, instead of putting the URL, we're going to choose the open in gallery option, and I can show you the difference. Let's go ahead and do a large thumbnail here and then hit insert. All right, so let's go ahead and let's save and preview this right here. All right, so we're going to save and preview that. And now the first one, if you remember, is the one that I actually linked to the gallery URL. So if I click on this, it's going to go to the gallery thumbnails page. So now you can see right here, if my internet will decide to play along here, now you can see it went to the gallery thumbnails page, which in this case would be the thumbnail page that has all of the photos of that image on different backgrounds and interiors. Now the other one that I just did the link to gallery in, this one right here, is going to actually open that photo up by itself on the photo page. So that's why I did it the way I did it the first time, so that it would actually open up to that thumbnails page first. So anyway, Sergi, I hope that kind of helps you out. I know it's probably not ideally what you were looking for, but I hope it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what's possible at least. All right, let me go back to my dashboard really quick here. And let's see. All right, so let's see. Let me take another email question here really quick. So somebody says, how do I download all of the photos in a gallery instead of downloading it photo by photo? So guys, if you ever need to re-download photos that you've uploaded to Zenfolio, there's a really easy way to do this. You do have to do it gallery by gallery, unfortunately, but it's actually fairly easy to do. What you do is click on photos right here. And so there's actually 2 options you can do. I'm going to show you the easiest option first. If you just click on the gallery that you want to download, you can click on that gallery right there. And then over on the top right over here, let me just fix this. There we go. Over on the top right, there's this little info icon. Now you want to make sure that it says gallery right here, but there's this little info icon that you can click on right here. And what that's going to do is open up this, and you can see right here it says download all photos, and then you would click on that, and that's going to download all of the photos. I think it does it in a zip file from that gallery. You can also download all of the photos and all the linked raw files. So if you uploaded any raw files into that gallery, that's going to be the option that you want to click there. Now, if you click and you don't, the little info icon right here, if you click it and you don't see the download all photos, it's probably because you're on a specific photo like I am now. You can just click on the gallery tab right here again and do that. Now, the other way to do it is actually going down and selecting all the photos, which is not really the fastest way, but I can definitely show you how to do that. So you could go down and hit the select all button right here, and then you can go back up to photo actions and download original files that way. Or maybe you don't need to download the entire gallery, but maybe you need to download a handful of photos from that gallery. So you can use the multi-select method and do that. What you do is you can just click on one of the photos, and then if you want to like selectively select some of the photos within that gallery, you can hold Command and just come through and click on the ones that you want like this. Then go up to Photo Actions and download the original files for just those photos that were selected. Or you can select an array by clicking the first image right there, holding Shift, and then going down to the last image that you want then going back up to photo actions and hitting download original. Now the key, guys, when you're working with multiple images in the back end here on the photos page is if you're trying to do an action and you've got multiple images selected, this little menu, drop down menu right here won't work. It'll actually deselect everything but that current image. So now you can see right there, it deselects everything. So the key when you're working on the back end like this with multiple images is to make sure that you hit that photo actions menu up top. And that's going to allow you to keep those multiple images selected. All right, so let me see here. Let me get back to my dashboard really quick here. Okay, so let me see. Kayla Mathis says, when is Zenfolio going to get a theme with parallax scrolling? I hope, hopefully that's something that we're doing soon. That's a really nice effect. That was actually something that I tried to look at doing on a custom page one time, but unfortunately parallax scrolling does require some JavaScript, which requires access to the head tag, and unfortunately you can't do that on the custom page. So we're definitely looking at making improvements to our layouts and things like that. Unfortunately, I don't have a timeline, but I can definitely show you that we are looking at making improvements, and we're constantly trying to make things better for you guys. If you haven't already hit up the user voice forum or shot us an email with that request, please do so just to kind of officially push that request out there. You can go to the user voice forum or just shoot an email into customer support, and we can shoot that request onto the developers. Like I said, though, I don't have a timeline, but we are looking at making improvements to the layouts and the designs and things like that. So anyway, I hope that helps, Kaylee, and I hope I pronounced your name right. If I pronounced it wrong, please forgive me. I apologize. Okay, so let's see. The next question I've got here says, I have a bunch of galleries that I just changed over to private. Why are they still showing up in Google search? So I was actually helping somebody with kind of the same issue earlier. They had been with us for several years, and they had a bunch of galleries that initially when they uploaded them, they were public. And what they did was they switched them all over to private, but they were still showing up in Google search results. So to answer this question, let's kind of talk about how your images get in Google search results in the first place and things like that. Anytime you upload a gallery to Zenfolio, unless you specify that it's either a password protected gallery or a private gallery, that gallery is considered a page on your website. Even if you don't link to it from your site menu, it's still a public page that the search engines are going to find whenever they re-index your site, and they are going to add that information into search results. Meaning they're going to add the images so people can search and find the images and things like that. Now, before you get worried about that, all of your images are right-click protected, so that this doesn't mean that your images are going to go and be available on Google Images where people can right-click and save them and all that stuff. All the images on Zenfolio are right-click protected, but what it does mean is that those images are going to show up in search results. So if you don't want your images to show up on search results, get in the habit of applying the protection, like password protection on them before images are actually put into the gallery. So there's two ways that you can do this. You can do it from the dashboard here. If you use this create new gallery wizard, you can actually apply the password protection and things like that on the gallery before you go to upload your images, and that's going to prevent the search engines from ever finding out that those galleries exist and things like that. So obviously you go through here, follow this, give the gallery a title and things like that, then go next, decide where you want to upload the gallery. So if it's a client gallery, hopefully you're putting it in your client's group right here. And then next is going to be why can't I say that word? The access control. Sorry, for some reason I got totally froze up on that. The access control settings. So this is where you can apply this protection that's going to keep your photos safe before they go onto the website. So If you leave it same as containing group, it's going to be public. That means that anybody can access it. Search engines are going to know it's there. They're going to index it. The images and the page is going to show up in Google search results. Now, if that's not what you want, if this is like a client gallery, what you want to do is go probably with protected by a password right here. And then just give this a password. So I'm just going to say test. This is a terrible password. I'm just doing it. But next, what you probably want to do is also uncheck this show in search results and include in the recently added section just as an extra layer of protection. If you follow these steps right here through this upload feature, then these images are never ever going to be indexed by these search engines, and there's not going to be a chance that they show up in search results unless you go back and you change it later. So now that we've applied that protection to this gallery, now it's time to upload the photos. So as you can see, using that create a new gallery from the dashboard is going to let you protect those photos before they're even uploaded onto your Zenfolio account. So let me just get out of this. The other way to do it is if you are in the habit of creating galleries on the photo page, what you can do is you can create the gallery and set up this password protection and stuff before you upload images into it. So let's go here to the clients group really quick. And let's say that we want to create a new gallery in here and we've got some photos we're going to upload. What you do is just click on it. And then one thing to do to make sure that you're putting the galleries where you want, I like to click on the group that I want to put the gallery in and then use this little drop down arrow. Just go new gallery like that. Let's just call this password client, something like that. So now, before any images are uploaded into that gallery, let me just get myself out of the way really quick. Before any images are uploaded into that gallery, what we're going to do is come over here to gallery access, uncheck that same as containing group, and you can put lock with a password there if you want, and just okay, sorry about that, guys. So my broadcasting software just decided to randomly close on me. I apologize for that. And then when I restarted it back, I went through and I got everything set up and forgot to unmute my mic. So let me just explain what I did again here really quick. So what we were in access control right here. And we gave the gallery a password, and then we went down to the search and metadata tab right here. And we chose the do not include in any search results, and then we unchecked these options, which is something you totally don't have to do, but it's something I like to do as an added precaution as well, just to keep things protected. It's a really good idea, especially if you are getting into doing like boudoir photography and stuff like that. Which, if you are, there is a really great tutorial on the YouTube channel. It's called Setting Up Secure Client Galleries. I would definitely recommend going and checking that out. And hopefully I can get Cheryl to throw the link to that out in the chat so you guys have it. because what it does is it goes through really the best practices when you're setting up your galleries. To lip reading 101. Sorry about that, guys. But what it does is it goes through the best practices to set up your client galleries so that they're secure and they're not indexed and things like that. So let me get back to my dashboard really quick here. Let's see. All right, good. So we still got the chat going up there. Okay. All right, so let me get back to, let's see. What's my next question here that I've got? Oh, so to finish up that question, right? So the other part of that question was I set them to private, but I'm still seeing them showing up in search results. Well, what you're probably seeing is the cached version of those gallery pages and things like that. So anytime Google has gone in and indexed your website, they store cached versions of that. Make it easier for people to load pages and things like that. So if you've made a gallery private and there's still some stuff showing up in search results, unfortunately, you're going to kind of have to wait until Google re-indexes your site, realizes that they can no longer access that information, and then that's when they're going to pull that down and remove the cache versions and things like that. All right, let's see. So we got a question here in the chat, so let me just jump on there. Hey, Allison Williams, thanks for joining us. She says, one of my clients recently told me that they couldn't buy a digital download because there wasn't sufficient resolution for that product. Is there something I've done wrong when I set up that product? So let's see. There's a couple of things that could be, and to really assess that situation, I'm going to have to actually look at the specific product, but let me go ahead and kind of give you some things to look for when you're setting this up. So what we're going to do really quick is just let me go to my browser only. Actually, I'll just go here. Okay, so when you're setting up that digital product, the first thing you should do is probably go to the price list, Allison, that you have it added to. Because if your client is seeing that specific warning, then what this means is that you don't have order approval turned on, or you've got automatically approved digital products, even though order approval is turned on. So let me show you where you can change that setting, because changing this setting is going to prevent your clients from ever seeing that message. And if the photo doesn't meet the resolution requirements, they're still going to be able to order it. You're just going to get a notification in order approval that tells you, hey, you need to upload a larger version of this file. So the first thing that I would suggest doing to correct this is go to your order approval settings in your price list. So I'm just going to click at random here on a price list and show you how to get to the order approval settings. So this is the price list right here. And as soon as it loads here, what we're going to do is click on this price list settings button right here. And now, Allison, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have this option checked that says, I will approve orders before sending for fulfillment, and make sure that this is unchecked. This change right here, like I said, is going to prevent your clients from ever seeing that message. They'll be able to order the products. And then what you can do is, if you need to switch out the image in order approval, you can definitely do that. Okay, so now let's talk about what could be causing this with that digital product. When you're setting up your digital product, let me just go to selling really quick right here. And we'll just go to digital products right here. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to go to, well, let's just go to this digital download right here. So the next thing I would check, Allison, is the image dimensions for that digital product that you've created. That's this section right here. Now, depending on what type you're wanting to sell, let me give you a recommendation of what I would go with. If you're wanting the client just to be able to download that full resolution file that you uploaded just as it was when you uploaded, what I use is the original photo option right here. Because what that does is, no matter how big or small the file that you uploaded is, that's the file that they're going to get. So they're never ever going to run into any resolution issues because it's just the original photo as you uploaded. So that's the first thing you might want to check, is if that's what you're wanting to sell them, is the original photo for download. Make sure you've got that to be an original photo. If you are using something like the high resolution, where it's a 5 megapixel requirement, or maybe you're doing a specific dimension, or something like that, those actually do have some resolution requirements. And occasionally, if you don't upload the largest files, then you could be running into some issues where the file that you uploaded, it's not big enough to meet that 5 megapixel resolution, or if you did the specific dimension. So definitely check that order approval setting, and then go and check the image dimensions for that digital product that you uploaded. So anyway, Allison, I hope that helps. Definitely go check those things out, and that should take care of that issue. All right, Kurt, let me get to my dashboard really quick. And Kurt says, I want all of my black and white images to only be available on black and white paper, and the color and black and white button at the top is only black and white, so the customer does not have to do anything. Is there any way for me to set this up? So, Kurt, what it sounds like to me is that you've possibly either got a gallery that only contain black and white photos, or maybe you've got a gallery that contain a mix of black and white photos. If the gallery itself is only black and white photos, this is going to be really easy to set up. If the gallery is a mix, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but it's definitely still possible. So let me run you through both scenarios here. Unfortunately, I don't have a gallery here that's solid black and white, so we are just going to pretend that I do. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that this homepage slideshow gallery right here is all black and white images. And as you were saying, you wanted to only offer the black and white paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a special price list just for this specific gallery. So what we're going to do is go to selling right here, go to price list, and let me just create a new one just to walk you through the process here. All right, so we're going to go price list. Now I would go with the add a blank price list option here to do this. That way you can kind of pick and choose the options that you want rather than having to go back and delete stuff that you didn't. And obviously you would probably want to call this like black and white only, something like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go add products, and I'm just going to add them from MPix Lab right here. So what I'm going to do is click on prints, and then go down here, and let's just say we're doing a 4x6, 8x10. I'm sure you're offering probably some more products than that, and you're probably got a better selection. These are just for demonstration purposes. So, all right, so now we've got that there. So now what we want to do is we want to turn off the other paper options. So we can just come right here to the price list. Here is the surface color paper. We're turning that off, and we're turning that off, and we're turning this one off and turning this off. So now all we're offering is black and white paper. Now the other thing that I would do is, since these images are already black and white, you don't need the color conversion option turned on. So I would go up here. I would probably apply the do not enhance, or set it to do not enhance for color correction. Turn the color conversion off up there. And then for cropping, that's kind of a personal preference, whether you want to allow your clients to crop or not. I usually opt not to let them crop because I kind of build my price list to make sure that everything fits properly, and I don't want people going in there and cropping it all kinds of crazy. So I usually choose fit. But it's definitely a personal preference there. All right, so now that we're going to do that, we're going to hit apply. So as you can see, what we've done is we've created a price list where the products only have black and white paper, and there's no color conversion options. So now all we're going to do is go down to the bottom here and save this price list. And then we're going to go back to that gallery and just apply that black and white only price list to that specific gallery. So we click on the gallery right here, go over to pricing, And then I'm going to just choose the black and white only. So now all of those products can only be purchased from that price list, which is the black and white paper only option. Now let's go to the second option here. What if this gallery contains, I don't know, maybe it contains a handful of images that are color images that you do want to offer color prints to from that same gallery. So what you're going to want to do is basically create a duplicate of that black and white only price list. So we're going to go to selling right here, click on price list. And then I'm going to find that black and white only price list right here. Come over here and I'm going to use the duplicate option because I want to keep all of the same products. We just want to change the paper options. So now I'm going to change this name up here to color only. And then when this loads, what I'm going to do is come down here and turn off the black and white paper option and turn on the color options like this. So now this price list is almost exactly the same as that black and white only, except we've turned the black and white paper off and we've turned on the color paper. Now we're just going to hit save. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that gallery. And here is the kicker. Here is how you make this work. We're going to go back to that gallery. And we are going to choose just the photos that are in color. We're going to pretend like these are the only photos that are in color and apply that color price list to those photos. So let's say, for instance, let's just pretend like this entire gallery is all black and white photos except for this top 4 right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to select those top 4 and change the price list on just those photos. So we're going to go there, change it to allow ordering from my price list, and now we're going to select that color only and hit save. So now we've got a gallery to where it's got black and white photos in it. It's also got color photos in it. But when people go in here to purchase things, they can only purchase the black and white photos on black and white paper, and they can only purchase the color photos on the color paper. All right, Kurt, so I hope that kind of answers your questions. It gives you an idea how to set this up. Also, guys, don't forget that if you're watching this, there's also going to be a recorded version of this that's available later. So if I answered a question for you, or maybe you saw something on here that you wanted to try out, and you need to reference back later, just come back to our YouTube channel and look for the today's dates live stream, and you can go back and watch the recording and reference everything that we talked about. So that way you can kind of, you don't have to worry about trying to take notes and things like that. You have this available to you to come back and reference. Okay, so let's see if I've got any more email questions here. So before we lost Facebook, we had a question from Facebook. Iceman said, how can I get a list of sports sites that use Zenfolio? Awesome, Kurt. I'm glad that helped you out. Yeah, awesome. I'm glad that got you what you needed. So while there's not really a specific list telling every site which uses Zenfolio, we do have ambassadors that use Zenfolio, and several of them are sports photographers. And then we also have some other sites where the owners have allowed us to use their URL as like a demo for their business and things like that. I don't have a list, like a linked list that I can send out, but you can definitely check out the ambassador page. I think you can get to that from the more links at the bottom down. So if you go down to the bottom, more links, the ambassador page should be, it's the partners page. Oh, right here, Zenfolio ambassadors. So from your footer right here, it says Zenfolio ambassadors, and you can definitely go check that out. I know several of them are sports photographers. Unfortunately, like I said, we don't really have a list of all the sports photographers, and we couldn't really give that out if we did. Anyway, I hope that helps a little bit there. All right, let me go back to my dashboard here. And let's see. Let me see what other email questions I have. Guys, we've got about like 3 or 4 more minutes left. So if you've got any last minute questions, make sure to get them into the chat like right now before we run out of time. Let me see. And again, too, I do want to just remind you guys again, tomorrow is going to be a new tutorial coming out. I think tomorrow's tutorial is tomorrow's tutorial is going to be, I think it's how to do custom cover thumbnails, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's how to do custom cover thumbnails. So that's going to be released tomorrow. But guys, if you guys have video tutorials that you think would be helpful, if there's a specific feature that you struggle with, or maybe you want to just know if you can use it more successfully, there's a link right now in the description of this live stream that will take you to a form where you can actually request a tutorial, a video tutorial. Like I said, I can't promise that I can make all of the video tutorials that are requested, but I'll definitely give each request a special consideration. And hopefully we can get you guys some more resources just to keep making things easier and to allow you to be more successful here on Zenfolio. Let me take a drink of water really quick. Okay, last question I'm going to have time to get to. Let's see here. I want to give some of my clients free shipping, but not all of them. Is there a way that I can do this? So there's definitely a couple of ways that you could do this. Probably the first thing that comes to mind, and probably the easiest, would be using the coupon feature. So most of the time, I never ever recommend giving discounts and things like that on shipping when you're creating a coupon. But if that's something that you really need to do, maybe you're shooting schools and you want to give the parents free shipping or something like that, you can definitely do that with a coupon, and I'll show you how to do that. The thing that you have to keep in mind is that Cheryl, the things that you have to keep in mind when you're giving free shipping is that even though you're giving your clients free shipping, the cost of that shipping that the lab has to pay is going to come out of the revenue of that order. So even though you're going to give your clients free shipping, it's still going to come out of the revenue of the order, even if your clients aren't directly charged for that. So what you can do is you can go to Selling, Coupons and Campaigns right here. Just go to Add New Coupon. And then what you can do is do an individual coupon. There's a really great coupon tutorial on the YouTube channel already, so I'm not going to go really into depth on this. But, just give it a name. And then the coupon code. This is actually what you're going to send to your clients here. So you'd probably copy that because you're probably going to email it to them after you create it. And then anyway, what you're going to do is come down here. Don't check the discount products. You would just go to discount shipping right here. And then you can do the calculate the shipping discount based on the most economical shipping method, calculate shipping based on actual shipping method, or you can do a percentage right here. And this is how you would make sure that it's free. You can do 100% right there. That's going to make sure that that shipping is free for those specific clients. So after you do that, you can limit it to a specific gallery if you want, give it an expiration date, things like that. Once you create this coupon, you hit save, and then send people that coupon code right there. So that's one way you could do it there. Now, if you have an advanced account, you can actually set up your own shipping options in the price list. So let me go to the price list really quick. Ooh, I'm about out of time. All right, so let me show you this on the price list, and then I got to take off. Okay, so we're going to go here. And what we're going to do here is go to the price list settings. Once this loads here, we'll go price list settings right here. And then we are going to scroll down to the bottom here where it says shipping. And this is where you can say either allow the customer to select from all shipping methods, or you can offer a custom shipping method. Now, with this custom shipping method and giving the free shipping this way, it's not going to be in your control of who can use it. So if you are wanting to keep that limited to a specific or a particular handful of people, the coupon route is definitely going to be the way to go. Otherwise, you can do this, create a free shipping method here. All right, guys, I do apologize for the technical issues and the internet issues that we had today, but thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Thanks for everybody who came back. This is your first time. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Hopefully this was helpful. And guys, we do this every week, the same time, the same place. I'm probably not going to be here next week. It's probably going to be Kayla, but then I'll be back after that. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and thanks again for hanging out with us. Have a great week and a great weekend.